okay, we can start with the day. Deepak, hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, excellent. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. I am Romain. I am Client Success Partner at CanMar Recruitment here in Toronto. Welcome to the CanMar Career Day. We have many surprises for you today. This is going to be a full day of an event. You're going to be able to ask questions to the different companies that are joining us. Thank you so much to them. You're going to be able to ask questions to the panelists as well that we have throughout the day. I hope that you all got your schedule. We're very excited to have this day put together. We're very excited to have you here. The list keep going, attendees keep coming up. We're expecting over 1,000 people joining us throughout the day, so we're very happy. We're going to start the day with an opening ceremony. We will have panels throughout the day at noon PST and in the afternoon as well as the closing ceremony. Right now, what I would like to do is introduce you to our founder and CEO of CanMar Recruitment, Khairah, who is going to start the day.
Thank you so much, Romain. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Khairah, and I'm the proud founder and CEO of CanMar Recruitment. Now, before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coast Salish, Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam nations. I would like to start by welcoming you all to CanMar Career Day, our first ever virtual job fair and information session dedicated to the cannabis industry. A wise leader once shared, change will not come if we wait for some other person, or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Barack Obama. Now, during these difficult and unprecedented times, we have taken the corporate social responsibility to bring people together to be the change we seek by creating a free virtual platform to connect job seekers with employers, industry experts with curious individuals, promote and celebrate inclusion and diversity. It's important for us to all come together as one and grow our industry, community, and family. That is our collective mission for today. We, as a community, need to showcase the fruitful and flourishing industry we are all involved in and restore hope to those who have recently experienced setbacks and to those looking to join for the first time in their careers. The companies involved here today are truly remarkable, inspirational, selfless, and are the foundation of our magnificent community. They have taken time out of their busy schedules to share their job opportunities and connect with the future of our industry. The eager job seekers, the curious bystanders, and the future leaders of tomorrow. These companies are dedicating their time to changing lives. This is more than just a job fair. This is an inclusive space to learn, collaborate, and explore our future together. Who better to speak on behalf of the industry than our very own panel of industry experts that you will get to see today. These experts have pioneered the way for aspiring growers and companies to emerge from these difficult times and thrive. This is a group of diverse, learned individuals who believe in helping to change lives, create sustainability, and help the industry reach new heights, making way out of this pandemic stronger, more profitable than ever before for everyone. It is truly an honor to share today's virtual stage with all these companies, panelists, and most of all, you, all the attendees. Your curiosity, eagerness, and passion ignites the flame that keeps our industry shining bright. Now, one of our brightest flames just happens to be a very good friend, confidant, and an industry expert himself. It brings me great pride to introduce you to Mr. Deepak Anand, who will now share the overview of today's events. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, stay safe, stay strong. We're in this together. Deepak, over to you.
Thanks so much, Katie. Hello, everyone. Good to be connected virtually in this difficult time and certainly trying time for most people, not only because of the pandemic, but also the cannabis industry broadly. I definitely commend Katie, Alicia, Romaine, and a host of people on the CanMar side for putting together such an important and timely event. When Katie was setting this up, he wanted to make sure that we bring together diverse people from all backgrounds, all facets of the cannabis industry, and put this together. As an employer, one of the things that I can say is now is the best time to be hiring people in the cannabis industry. Times have actually never been better from an employer perspective. There is so much talent available, so many experienced people out there that unfortunately might have been laid off their jobs or are either seeking to change jobs, that if you're an employer out there, you want to pay very close attention, not only to this event and seminar today, to learn from some of the subject matter experts and thought leaders that Katie was talking about earlier, but also to actually connect with some of the individuals that will be participants and listening in as you're presenting if you're a company, to connect really with these individuals. I also commend CanMar for setting up something that is very near and dear to my heart, which has been the diversity and inclusion element. I know we've got a number of people from Ms. D to Sherry to Ivy to several other speakers and panelists that are not only experts in their own fields, but also people of color, women of color. And I want to definitely highlight and underscore the inclusivity side of things that CanMar has so painstakingly put together in setting this event up. It's never easy to put events together. I'm firsthand aware of some of the challenges that come with putting events together, but now is the right time, and I highly commend the CanMar team for setting this up. As you go through the day today, definitely pay attention to the hashtag CanMar Career Day. There will be a lot of live tweets. I know we're sharing this live on Facebook and some other social media channels. Please, follow along and pay attention to a lot of the inputs and thoughts that are coming out from people, that are speaking or participating. I know there's a question and answer session and there's a chat feature. I highly recommend you take advantage of not only all the people that are involved here, but also really learn from subject matter experts in the industry and make this as interactive as possible. I know I'm very much looking forward to all of the sessions and some of the panels of the day today. But once again, the time in this industry is now, and I feel that as much as there is certainly a turmoil out there in the space, there's also some very serious companies that are setting themselves up to be the companies of the future. And if you're a job seeker or you're looking to hire someone, once again, time's never been better. So I highly recommend everyone to be as participative and as inclusive as possible. So again, thank you very much for having me and some of the other panelists and speakers and really putting this on together, Katie and Romaine, and really over to you now from here to be able to kick this off and send us on our way. So thank you.
Thank you, Deepak. Over to you, Romaine.
Thank you, Deepak, and thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you very much, all of you attendees, for joining us today. Thank you to all the companies and also panelists that are joining us to explain a little bit more about what's going on in the industry. Everyone should have received a schedule. Remember that you can come in and out of today. You can follow any presentation that you would like. Of course, we would like you to stay throughout the day. I'm going to be here all day long, introducing you to all those fantastic people that are joining. But don't hesitate. It's going to be a very intense day for all of us. Look at the schedule, look at everyone that's joining, and please, by all means, attend those presentations. Once again, we're expecting over 1,000 people today. So, hey, this is a great day. It's amazing. Very sunny in Toronto today as well. So please don't hesitate. The chat feature is here for you as well. You can you can ask questions to those companies throughout the day. Don't hesitate. Obviously, well, with 1,000 people asking questions, we'll try to answer as many as we can in the specific time that we have. Specific time will be 20 minutes per company. So please don't hesitate to just ask your questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. If not, if we cannot answer all those questions, we will put you in touch with those companies right after the event. So any questions that you have, you can ask them. We will also put you in touch with all those wonderful panelists that we have invited today and have accepted to discuss on the different topics that we have, which are diversity and inclusion in the cannabis industry. We have a panel as well regarding licensing. We have fantastic consultants as well in the field that are joining us as well. Ask all the questions that you want, and hopefully you'll have the answers. We have another 2-3 minutes before we start off with our first guest and first company joining us. KD, Deepak, would you like to add one last word before we start?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if I could ask a question of either yourself or Katie. I mean, tell us a little bit about the inspiration. I mean, what prompted you to get this going? What was the real crux of you guys putting something like this together?
Well, thank you, Deepak. Great question. Been into recruitment for a long time, and I mean, COVID happened, and this has hit everybody across the world. And being in Canada right now, knowing that, okay, 2 million plus people have lost their lives. So as a social, as a moral responsibility, being a recruiter, we wanted to do something wherein we could bring people together, wherein we could show that cannabis industry is one, because you know what, we all need some good news, and as a recruiter, this is the best what we do, and we're good at it, is getting people their dream jobs and making sure that the employers find the right talent. So it was just an awakening moment for us, wherein we just thought, you know what, guys, if nobody else is going to do it, we are going to do it, and let's bring the community together. Let's bring in the hope. A lot of people are going through their low time because of COVID. And we've seen what's happening in the industry. Hundreds and hundreds of people have been losing their jobs. So looking at that, it was just on us that we just wanted to do something for our industry, get people to come and see what the cannabis industry is all about. We've always known right from the get-go, in fact, that this is not only going to be for the people who are in the industry. We wanted to also focus on the people who may want to get into the industry but don't have much information. So hence we have the panelists coming in today and talking about different areas of the industry wherein people can look forward to coming together via Zoom, because this is the new normal. And so yeah, this was really to make a difference, to touch as many lives as possible. It's our mission. Our mission statement actually says #changing lives. And that's what we are precisely doing here, is changing lives by bringing people to the industry, educating them through the experts, and vice versa.
Definitely agreed. And just looking at some of the comments in the chat box, even, a few things, Romain, I'm sure you'll cover this, but I mean, the session is being recorded. I'm sure it can be shared with attendees, moving forward, or specific aspects of it as well. As we go through this, I know there's some comments from people in places like New Zealand and talking about hiring remote workers. I mean, one of the positive highlights coming out of COVID is we're no longer restricted to geographic limitations in terms of where people might be. And, we could certainly look at talent pools all over. And I think, this is the real beauty of Canada as a cannabis industry. I mean, people often look at it as a product and pay a lot of attention on the product in terms of, either cannabis being exported from Canada or being imported into certain jurisdictions. But I don't think anyone's really had a conversation around the IP and the talent in terms of exporting that talent. I'm in Europe right now, and it's extremely challenging to find talented resources that might be well experienced from a regulatory perspective in the cannabis industry. And I think what we should be really showcasing is our talent in Canada. We've got, thousands of people that are employed across this country in the cannabis industry, were employed perhaps. Many of them might have lost their jobs, but we shouldn't be limiting in terms of the geographic areas of Canada necessarily. But there's no reason why somebody that's a QA worker in New Brunswick can be working for a company in the US, as an example, or a company in Europe, or a company in New Zealand, vice versa. I think that companies and people in places like New Zealand could certainly be working remotely here. Is that a trend that either Romain or Katie, that you guys are seeing evolve? And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So we had a company out of New Zealand who had reached out to us if we could, I mean, I would call it exporting from here, but they'd asked us that if we could find some people, because obviously Canada led the whole legalization aspect. So we had a company reach out to us saying that, okay, if we could send in some Health Canada cleared regulatory professionals out in New Zealand. But to answer your question, absolutely, this is a new time. This is a time that nobody has seen. And I am sure companies would think out of the box. And if they're not thinking out of the box, probably they'll start making new boxes, because we all have to try new ways of doing things, or getting the talent per se from a different country, because technology is great these days. We've got people from all around the world joining us. And while Deepak, you're in Europe, or Romain, you're in Toronto, and I being in Vancouver, it just technology brings us closer. And I think companies should also have an open mind. If they can get the talent from any part of the world who can get the job done, I think they should be open to it. Us as a company, CanMar Recruitment, we have people sitting out of Europe and India, Canada, US. So we're open. It's a mindset, it's a paradigm shift. And I believe I'd like to encourage all the employers who are listening to this to really open your mind and see where you can get the best talent and be open to it.
Yeah, Katie, I mean, we saw the CEO of Twitter, Jack, as an example, talk about how they're not going to mandate people going back to offices, period. Are you seeing that at all in the cannabis industry, or how far away from that do you see that occurring? I recognize that, there are going to be quality assurance aspects and things like that you physically require staff to be present for. I mean, if you're in operations or production area, I don't see any of that being changed, but at least as it relates to the business end of things, and not so much the producers themselves, but companies that might sit on the periphery, whether it be software providers, whether it be any other kind of either plant touching or business touching sectors of the business. Do you see that? Do you see the shift happening in the cannabis industry as well, to some extent, or to the extent possible? And how much longer before you think that we'll see cannabis companies start to embrace this remote working concept?
I think, Deepak, again, it's technology. The technology sector has always been this way. They've always been open to the idea of people working remote because they get the work done. So as far as cannabis industry is concerned, I'd like to say about another 6 to 8 months, we should be looking at, we will see a lot of change. Absolutely right. When you say business people, business professionals, finance, or where people are not touching the plant, we could very well look at companies going remote. And I've seen in the last a month or two that a lot of companies are reaching out to us and saying, the companies who used to tell us that, okay, no, we want people at the office doing the job. We had a chat yesterday with one of our clients, and he said, you know what, I'm okay. As long as the work gets done, that's what matters to me. So it's a shift, and I'd say it will take a bit of time, but we can look at another 6 to 8 months for this to happen.
And,
excellent, amazing. Thank you again very much for putting this together. Romain, really over to you. Again, I'm very appreciative on not only on behalf of the industry, but also people of color, that you're being as inclusive as possible and really have organized this. So thank you.
Thank you both. Thank you both very much. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Deepak. Goodbye.